What's up? Welcome back to Pass Bowl Podcast. I'm here with Sham. Wow.
Sham Wow.
Sham
Sham Wow. I like that name.
I'm going to try to think of different names every time. Shampoo. Sampler.
That doesn't samurai.
Samurai. Maybe like whenever we talk about samurais, we'll just have you in a kimono.
Yes. I have a kimono.
You have a kimono?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. You should have brought it to the festival, bro. Everyone was loving my kimono.
Yeah, I probably should have. It was pretty dank.
So we just went to North Coast Festival in Chicago. It was pretty fucking amazing.
I love music.
I like tattoos.
Did you say you like titties?
Turtles.
Oh. I don't know what turtles have to do at festivals.
Turtle titties.
I like turtles too.
It's a joke.
Oh.
So, I haven't been to a festival in fucking before 2020, so it was 2019. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. Last one I went to was Lollapalooza. 2 whole freaking years. You kind of went to like a couple like hippie fests earlier on this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been to a few like festivals actually like this summer, but nothing compared to North Coast and what I experienced there.
So it was like your big one.
North Coast was by far the biggest one I've been to.
That's funny because it's a smaller one than Lollapalooza.
I would never just to like look in the crowd or look at my like videos I take and like I was like, holy shit, there is so many people.
So many fucking
like. I don't know. I just never like paid attention to it before or like, but this time, no, it was just like when you're like 2 miles deep into like people and you're legitimately, it's like 2 miles this way, 2 miles this way, or you could go like back and that's like 5 miles. I mean, what's like, how many miles is a football field?
How many miles? A football field's not even a mile.
Well,
you're using miles like it's fucking.
It felt like
definitely
miles.
not a mile. It's pretty big. I mean, size
Are
of the
you
stadium.
sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. A mile's way longer than a fucking football field.
Wow. Oh, ain't it like you walk around it 4 times and it's a mile? I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I need somebody to give me some statistics on a football field.
Fucking Google it. They'll fucking
I'll ask Siri later.
It was a big ass fucking field. But you're right, like it's a sea of fucking people. Like I went up to the stands and like during Cascade towards the end, I was just looking around and just the whole fucking thing is filled with people. And I was like, damn, I was right there, like in the middle of it. I was like, jeez, it's just wild.
I love that though.
I know.
It's like a love-hate.
Especially getting around though, if like you're on LSD or something and you're fucking walking, it literally looks just like fucking wave of people going this way. It's all just like it can overwhelm you if you like kind of let it. Like you just look at it, you're like, oh my god, you're just like, which way do I go? What's even going on? Like you see people in like weird ass outfits.
It was so just like I don't know, being like pretty much sober and like literally to the point where like I had anxiety and I passed out like is bizarre to me because like when you're in the crowd of people and you're in your little like space, it doesn't even feel like anything. You feel like you have enough room. I don't know, because
like in the crowd.
Yeah, when you're in the crowd and you're with your little group, like I almost felt like I had enough room, and I felt like it wasn't claustrophobic. But then as soon as I peeped my head out to see like how far the stadium chairs were before I was gonna make it, and it literally is just like, you know, like when you look at it like a drawing and it's a narrow road, and it just keeps going and it never like, that's how it felt. Like I was like, holy cow, I'm not gonna make it. And then I start feeling like really hot and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to throw up or pass out. Which one comes first?
Pass out.
Passed out came first and then I threw up. But besides, like, you don't even notice that many people's there until you like actually like, okay, look up and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, there's this many people around you. It's
also like over time, so like you could like get to your little spot and it not be so crowded, but depending on the artist and just the crowd, like you'll have a whole bunch of space and all of a sudden like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, you look back, there's a whole fucking slew of people behind you. You're just like, damn, this got packed real fast. But personally, it just never, like, I don't know, there's just never too much for me. I just look at that
Well,
shit.
you're also tall, so I feel like it might be a little easier for you. Because I'm never really tall enough to be, like, looking over anybody. So it's just me constantly looking at people's backs or their back of their heads.
So it almost looks like I can see the end, but you can't.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually see the end. I couldn't see the end because everybody's taller than me, most of them. You know?
Yeah. I mean, even for me, like, when you looked at me and said, I need to go sit down, I was like, I looked over, I was like, I'm like, we're fucking far kind of away from this.
Oh, there was I don't even know how, like, we even got that far. It didn't even look like we were that far in it until I looked up and I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's because if you don't notice, like, we continuously keep going. As soon as, like, people, like, leave and, like, I see a path, like, getting closer, I'm like, all right, we're going. So, like, we kept, like, inching toward every time we kept going forward. And then by the time you were fucking not feeling well, we were in the thick of it.
Like, we were just, like, literally in the middle. Like, it's smack down in the middle.
Shit was lit. I loved every second of it.
Oh, it was fun until I got passed out.
Well, it's like, I mean, it teaches you more about knowing your own body, and now you know, like.
Well, there was a lot of change, like,
right.
chain of events that happened to that moment. Like, I didn't eat
just
good, I didn't drink good
at all. She means.
It was cold. Like, I wasn't wearing the attire for it to be as cold as it was, and I don't have enough, like, body, like, fat on me anyways to keep me.
Fucking dance your ass off.
I know.
Heat that shit up.
So,
I'm hot
like,
all the time. So.
It was just like, once you're already, like, I'm small, so once I'm already cold and feeling lethargic, there's no, like, coming back from it.
She just gives up. So I'm fucking done.
I was like, I'm tapping, my little legs are frozen.
The people next to me looked at me like I was insane. Like, they're like, "Is she all right?" I was like, "Yeah, man. She passes out all the time." I was like, "Yeah, dude. She passes out all the time. It's fine."
Keep in mind, I've only passed out literally twice in my whole entire life, and both times just so happen to be with you, which is funny to me.
I mean, maybe maybe things happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
100% things happen for a reason.
Because if you didn't pass out when you cut your hand, then I wouldn't have been so chill when you passed out at the festival, because I was like, okay, yeah.
Well, ain't that weird? Because the first day, I didn't even hang out with you guys either. And nothing, like, crazy like that happened. I didn't feel good, but, like, nothing crazy happened.
See, that's the thing, though. It was day 2, so, like, you weren't feeling that great the first day, and it just carried over to the next day. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that just happened to you. And I looked at these people and they're just like freaking out. I'm like, oh, it's fine. She just I was like, I just kept saying, she's anemic. She's anemic. Like, I'm like, she just needs fucking sugar. And they're like, oh, okay. And they look at each other like, they're just like,
they're like, this guy, hopefully he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, because, like, you're just sitting on the ground and I'm just fucking waving my fan, like, trying to cool you down, just like fucking.
Wait, how long was I out?
I want to say 10 to 15 seconds.
Oh, I wasn't out long.
No.
Well, that's good.
It felt long, but, like...
To me, it felt like just a little nap. We'll go, like, what happened?
Nah, like... And obviously, they're not used to you passing out, because I was the only one that's seen you pass out before. So, like...
You're literally the only person... Like, I've never passed out other than these 2 occasions, which is crazy to me.
I'm your bad luck.
Or my good luck. I haven't figured it out yet.
So, like, they were all, like, trying to wake you up, and, like, you finally woke up. And, like, they're fanning her. I was like, I'm fucking fanning her. I was like, shit. So fanning you, fucking letting you eat some whatever we had, and, like, just chilling. And then, like, the beat started building up. Like, the artist, I was just like so the people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, this bitch just passed out in front of you. You're dancing.
Still dancing?
I was like, I mean, what else do you want me to do? I was like, do you want me to stop dancing, sit down, and fucking just, like, rub your fucking shoulders? Like, I did it. I'm fanning you. I'm pulling you down, and, like, the beat was dropping. Then Ian, like, stands up, looks at me, and goes, and we just fucking started fucking raging again.
It's so funny.
And then Mariah gets up. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go, like, take her to chill and, like, blah blah blah. I was like, all right. I was like,
and then we just had a roller coaster ride apparently that whole time too.
Yeah. So who out of you only went to 2 days, right? So.
Yeah, I didn't go Sunday. I didn't go the last day.
Which, I mean, you weren't feeling great the whole time. You still got
honestly,
it in.
I felt like $100 on Sunday. I probably could have went. I felt good because, like, I ate that day and I felt really good. Like, I probably could have like got dressed with you guys and left with you all that day. I just didn't want to like ruin anybody's time because it wasn't something that like I could have caused. You know what I mean? I felt good and I didn't feel good. Like
right, and you don't want to risk
something crazy. Like yes, so like I just took it easy on my body myself because I knew I needed to.
Sometimes you gotta know your body, your limits.
But see, like it was bizarre to me because there's a lot of things that I do that
it's kind of new to you too, though. You don't always just be passing out. Like you start like you.
Yeah, I mean that's what this year exactly.
When you cut your finger, that was the first time you passed out, right?
When I cut my hand, it was the very first time I've ever passed out. But I'm starting to get old, and I started to realize that I'm not really.
30. She's like, I'm getting old.
Well, like old compared to like, I mean. 30 years old drinking 3 Red Bulls before noon. You know what I mean?
Not drinking water.
And not
drink
drinking
water, everybody.
So like my body was like going through like shock. I mean, because I didn't have any Red Bulls, any caffeine that whole time. I didn't eat right. Like anything that I was bringing in wasn't good for my body. So it was like
that's a big thing you learn at festivals though. Like it's a long workout. Like it's a whole day of dancing. It's not like we're going to a festival and just sitting, hanging out, chilling.
It would 100% not been the way it was, but my trip got jacked up from the beginning, and that's the only reason why I think that it went down the way it did. If I would have like been with people that like I guess cared about my well-being a little more, 100% would have been different because I'm not somebody I care for other people more than myself. Yeah. So like it's one of them things like if nobody's like.
Which is why you left early because like if you didn't care about anyone else, you would just said fuck it. If I pass out again, I'll pass out.
Yeah, it wasn't even the fact that I was like caring about myself. Like man, you don't feel good. You probably should not go. It was me like I don't want to ruin anybody else's time. If I like die, it's fine. So that's like one of the things is like normally I'm with people that actually like. They'll check on me and I check on them. Yeah. But I didn't really have that. I was kind of a loner this time, which anybody that knows me knows I'm not a very good loner.
Yeah. I kind of, if in festivals, like, that's the only time I'm kind of a loner because, like, I do like dancing with other people, but, like, it's just, like, any other situation, I'll be checking on people. Hey, you having fun? You good? Blah, blah, blah. Like,
see, I don't worry about that part.
But, like, me, like, at a festival, I'm just, like, I don't know if you're like having a bad trip or you're freaking out, but like I'm just like I'm into this fucking music and I'm here to just
normally dance. I'm one of the people that's like I'm there like if I'm going for music I'm there to dance. I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want nobody like trying to talk to me, holding conversations. I'm just trying to listen to music. But I always want that like go to like I have a spasm or freak out anxiety attack. I need to be like okay behind me. I got this person. I got lost in the crowd and I was like by myself and it was really funny because I'm like just like looking for you guys and
talking about the first day
and some random guy comes up to me and he's like you lose your group and I'm like I was like they're here somewhere and he's like it happens to me all the time. He's just like holding casual conversations and just out of nowhere it was just like you got any ketamine? I'm like what? And I was like
he only started conversing with you.
Yeah, and it was like the most bizarre thing. Cause obviously I'm not feeling good, and I'm like I don't have friends. I clearly look like I'm dying right now, and you're gonna ask me if I have some random drug that I've like never associated myself with ever in my life. But it was like so funny because I'm like to think that that's normal.
I mean, it is a festival. This dude fucking we were dancing and. I see, like, it's all dark, and you see this guy with a fucking glow on a fucking phone. It's a blow question mark. And he's just, like, looking cracked out, looking everywhere. And then...
Oh, like, it's a sign for, like,
looking for it? He's looking hilarious. For blow. And it's just on, he, like, turns around and it's just... and then, like, he stopped, and then he started talking to Ian, and then he started talking to me. He's like, hey, guys. Starts talking, hey, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, just asking how we're doing, our vibes, what we're doing, like, drug-wise, if we're on anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm on the drug of life. But he's like, I was the guy with the blow sign. I was like, yeah, I fucking saw, like, you think you're
still
invisible?
in your face. It's still like it's on his forehead.
And the guy, he kept repeating himself. He kept saying, so you guys got any blow? We're just like, no, we don't have fucking blow, you
Sir,
crackhead.
you do not need any more blow.
This guy's like, he's like, yeah, I kind of have a problem with Molly, so I can't do that. I was just like,
you have a problem.
I was like, it sounds like you have a fucking problem with everything because you're fucking asking for blow. And he's like, yeah, man, you wouldn't believe how many bumps I got.
So that's
from this.
like, first off, at least like I feel like blow is like something that was like you would see at a festival. To me, like to go to a festival and like do something like ketamine is beyond me.
Oh really?
Like yes, because it's like something that's like it's like outer space experience. Like you see these guys just like rolling on the ground because they're in like K-holes and stuff. And you're like, how is that enjoyable at a festival?
Well, exactly, but like it's
so I wouldn't. I feel like that would be one that I wouldn't really see often because that's not something
you see it very often. But like again, you're like people, more sane people were just like, why? Like that doesn't look fun to me. Like you're on the ground.
One guy was on his belly and he had his head like into the ground, but he was kicking his feet like a little 12-year-old kid. And I said, okay, that looked kind of fun. He looked like he was having fun by himself.
To each their own. I don't really necessarily believe.
I mean, it's not my business. You do what you want to do.
I don't necessarily believe in bad drugs. It's your relationship with that drug. You can have a bad relationship with caffeine. It could really ruin your life.
I do have a bad relationship with caffeine.
Someone like you fucking never drinks water, drinks too much caffeine, is cracked out all the time.
My Red Bull's in the car calling my name.
Yeah, and some people, I think weed is a miracle drug, and some people have a bad relationship with it and like can't do it. So, or it makes them super lazy to where like they're not getting anywhere in life. It's not like that for me. Like I honestly am more productive, but again, like to each their own. Some people go to festivals completely sober. Some people get fucking trashed off of alcohol, which is the worst thing I think is alcohol.
100%.
Trashed on, because not only do you have to pee a lot when you're in the middle of the crowd, you fucking dehydrated and you're unruly. Like they're the ones bumping into people, fucking shoving their way to the front and shit.
Yeah.
Like the drunk people don't give a fuck, and that's where all the trash is on the ground. You fucking stepping on all these cans and shit. I always, anytime I'm like, I go to a new dance area, I clear it out with my feet. I
do that too. I kick it because I don't.
Cups.
I'm definitely somebody that has like sensory overload with things, but like if I feel things under my feet and my feet don't like feel flat, and like it will like eat my soul alive until I like kick it out into like.
Well, plus I don't want to roll my goddamn ankle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting there dancing, all of a sudden a can fucking knocks me on my ground. Like damn, bro, motherfuckers drinking out here just fucking throwing their cans.
I definitely don't think that the First off, I don't think Chicago did a very good job with the whole having two different festivals at once.
What do you mean?
Well, they had ARC going on, which is a music festival, ARC.
Oh.
They had ARC going on, and then they had North Coast going on in the same time.
But so is ARC a big...
It's actually...
It's a music festival?
Mm-hmm. It's a EDM music festival as well. A lot of people were going to that. See, you were outside of the city, so it was a little different for you. We were inside the city, and
what was the problem with doing both?
Well, there was no parking. Everything was jacked up. I paid $60 for 3 hours of parking, and just like for 3 hours, $60.
Where?
In Chicago, because everybody.
Where were you parked though? Like for what?
Like I was parked on like a normal street, like a.
Like for what? Like outside your place you were staying at, or?
Well, it was outside the other person's hotel that we like. Because we just had to we were just trying to find parking because it was so bad up there.
Parking to like get into the festival?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know.
We had to park the car to be able to Uber to the festival.
That's shitty as fuck.
But it was so packed because of the two festivals going on. Everything was jacked up and there was no parking.
You guys probably paid more than just a parking pass for the festival.
100%.
Damn.
I was like not with anybody. I was by myself and was just following the crowd, but yeah, it was crazy. It was bizarre how bad it was up there.
I mean, honestly, that's how a lot of.
But there was a lot of people that was like I heard that was like got hurt.
The shuttles were fucked.
Shuttles were fucked the one day.
The thing I learned about going to all these festivals is like the first day or two, their plan for things are trash. They don't figure their shit out till later.
I mean, when we were just even trying to find like sugar, like anything, they didn't have any pop at any of the concession stands.
No, they ran out of everything.
They didn't have it.
It's because no, some of the food stations did have it in the morning, but they sold out like at like that.
Like Mariah and I literally went to like several different concession stands. It was like we just didn't want anything, like any kind of sugar at all.
Yeah. And the medic should have that shit too.
Well, and we went to the medic and we went to all the security guards, and nobody had nothing. And I'm like, to have a big festival like that and not be prepared for people to have like low sugar or like anything.
They should be prepared for that shit. Well, also the water line's stupid. They had one water station.
They had one water station.
And water fountains up top.
Yeah.
Like, it was so stupid.
That's crazy to me.
That's the main thing that they failed.
That was not a very good... I don't think that they set it up very well.
And it's not Chicago necessarily. It's whoever
did the certain venue,
events. Because Lollapalooza, that's one good thing is like the water stations were everywhere. They were marked, like it was easy to get. It wasn't a stupid line and shit. Like they made sure you got hydrated.
Yeah, and there was a fence.
Yeah. Like
the fence, like you had to like go around the fence just to even get water. And I'm like, but there was like no purpose for it. You could have just like easily like kept it out.
It's just to control the crowd more. That's what they try to do is control those fucking people.
Well, they need to control themselves.
So, who is your favorite person that performed?
Oh, you already know. Aside from Soundhall, because he's the best. And we're going to get married eventually, but...
He's so talented, too.
I know. You know, that was like... Even being sick, I left there and I had, like, everybody's like, I wasn't. And I was like, I had an awesome time because it was just all about the music. But one of like the people that like after I got out of the crowd from passing out, we went and we were listening. I don't even know who the fuck it was because they were irrelevant. But we moved.
Was it
It was like Green Velvet.
Oh, Green Velvet.
Yeah, Green Velvet.
Okay.
But it wasn't that great, and we were just like, okay, this isn't the vibe. So we walked over and we like went over to Lane 8, which is like a smaller like.
Was it Vegas? Mm-hmm. Vega.
Yep. And it was just the most peaceful music I've ever heard in my life. It was freaking beautiful. I'm like, this is like, I was like, I don't even want to leave here because it like literally just soothed my soul completely. All the anxiety was gone, and then I felt good, and I was like, wow, like, okay. And then they're like, let's go back to Green Velvet. I'm like.
It's like you just have this holiness, like they're like, all right, let's go back.
Yes, like, and it was like you know you had the little smoke bubbles like in the crowd, and it was dark, and I'm like, this is what it's supposed to be like. The experiences that you're supposed to have.
Damn, I need to listen to me some Lane 8.
I'll jam it out tomorrow.
Yeah,
I have the whole entire album on my thing because it, like
I'm trying to
I loved it.
Flutter around.
Today.
So Soundhall favorite, which he's the fucking. He's the best. I loved
Nightmare did great.
Nightmare was good. I loved seeing Soundhall like beginning level, like starting at smaller stages and just like starting out, and like he'd play the keyboard, he'd play guitar, he'd sing, like he's doing it all. He's so fucking talented and great, and his vibe, everything just about him was great.
That's what I was gonna say. He's like a normal person.
Yeah, because I saw him. After his set, we went up to sit down because everyone was like kind of tired. Well, half of us were. And I was like, I could either still rage or sit. So we went to sit, and I see him like his hat tucked down, walking up on the like right next to me. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure I was like, San? Question mark. He just like looks at me. I'm like, San is. So awesome. And he just like, we just fucking hand shook, and I was like, all right, that's good enough. I was like, that's all I need. I was like, just like we saw each other, shook hands. I would have cried. Like, all right, we're cool. Like that's how you know he didn't like try to like, oh, shut up, or like hide away.
Well, that's like I mean, you said that he like messages everybody on Instagram, but even if he messages everybody on Instagram, that's fucking still, that's crazy.
That's good as an artist and like because
you know
you care about the fans.
Nobody.
He doesn't feel high and mighty where he's just like. Oh, I'm fucking famous. I'm a DJ.
Even on his Instagram, we follow him and stuff. He's just cute, and he just does a lot of cute things. I'm like,
he's a cool ass guy.
Yeah.
So Soundhall was great. I think my other favorite was Ganja White Night.
That's the one I missed.
Yeah, you and Mariah was pissed you missed it. Obviously, like circumstances, but
I told her I was like, I'm ready to go back down there. She's like, I'm not taking you back out there.
That was the first time I saw Ganja White Night, and oof, baby, bro, he was fucking funky, man. Like I would just not expect, and he had like a whole visual like storyline. Like it started with this dude and like it was all colorful. So it was
like a whole storyline?
Yeah, like he had me staring at the fucking screen. Usually I like close my eyes sometimes, or like I'll look at the crowd, or I'll just be dancing, but I was straight just looking at this. And then
I love that.
Like
he's like staring.
Like he's driving a car, getting funky and shit, and then like he gets out of the car and like the animation stops, and then like they start like, you know, doing the walk, and all of a sudden a whole band of like creatures come out, they're all playing instruments, and I was just like, looking around, I was like, bro, fuck, dude, this is so good. I was like, damn, like everyone just grooving, getting funky and shit. I was like, man, like the visuals and everything was funky. Like that is definitely the top. Like Soundhall and him were the fucking best. You know what? And Zed's Dead was pretty good too.
I missed them too.
Yeah, that was the last day.
Oh yeah. I missed them.
Last day, like, so here's how we kind of rated it. We wish Fridays was Sundays ending, because Sunday kind of like, to me, it was more transient. It was just like kind of, you know, same shit. You know, just doing the same movements.
What day?
Sunday.
Oh.
I wanted Sunday to be Friday and then Fridays to be
I'm glad it didn't, because I got to see pretty much the best things.
Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. Like, when I looked at Sundays, I was like, okay, I would have loved to see, like, Zed's Dead, but, like, yeah. I wasn't going to, like, choke up over it.
I wasn't going to pass out over it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to pass out over it. Exactly.
But
Saturday. I solemnly only went there for Soundhall, so like I was like,
yeah. That was who I was.
I don't care if I was dying, I would have been.
He just dropped his newer album this year, right? I believe it was.
BB okay?
Yeah, and I listened to it, like I really connected with that album, and I was like, I'm fucking ready to see this shit. And you know what? He played some bangers too. Like it wasn't just
he killed it.
I was expecting it to be, you know, more chill, slow, but he threw some fucking wubs out there. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
And then he's like sitting there like, let me be more of a badass. Guitar, singing, and like he was like all going. I'm like, fuck.
He does it all.
He does literally it all, like right there in front of you, every single one of them.
That fucking guy. But yeah, I would say those two, and you know, I wish you would have saw Rez. She's like a smaller girl, but like has this cool goggles that fucking swirl around and shit.
I know what you're talking about.
And Jesse fell in love with her. It's funny because every time people ask, so Jesse, who's your favorite? And he'd be like, well, besides Rez. Because like for a small girl, she's fucking like hits you like hard with the bass. I'm saying like fucking like Ian was like, she makes me angry.
He's like, launching shit.
He's like,
I seen him like beating on Jess.
He said my neck already hurts because it's day 3 from freaking headbanging. He's like, my head hurts, and also I'm just like hearing this dark fucking beats, and you're just like.
I try to stay away from too like heavy and dark. I don't like to be angry.
So it's all perspective. I didn't get angry at it. I like it. I do my back. On the second day, I'm just like head banging, so my neck's sore. And third day, it's whatever's not sore.
You got the hand. That's at a certain point. I'm just like, I'll throw that hand out. I'm still good.
The past couple years, I've been the fan guy now, and people.
The fan and bucket hat.
Yep, that's my new get up.
I'm glad I spent so much money on a hat that looks better on you.
I'm glad too. But like people love the fan, like especially when they're rolling titties and it's hot. I fucking turn around and they're looking like I'm, you know, kind of a bigger dude, so they're just like, what's this fucking dude about to do? And I fucking and they're just like,
just picks you up.
Literally, their fucking eyes rolling back. They're like, God. I'm just like, yeah, you fucking like that, don't you, bitch? And fucking like all of them were just like, you're the best, God. I'm so glad God created you. Fuck this wind. Yeah, because ever since I like fanned myself, I was like, shit, like I get hot all the time, and this feels good as fuck. I was like, everyone's gonna love this. And my forearm didn't even cramp this weekend. I was surprised because I non-stop was fanning
all the following weekends that you cleared all it up.
I know. I was about to say I got it fucking warmed up. Got everything warmed up and loose.
So what would you want your next festival to be?
I've always wanted to go to Lost Lands, and that's straight fucking bass, so like a lot of fucking hard hitting.
They're doing a giveaway right now.
Are they?
Yeah, I was tagged in it.
So this year I'm not doing any festival anymore.
I want to do Electric Forest.
Electric Forest is definitely on. That was my, not my first, but it was one of my first, like out of the military first like camping festivals that were. It was fucking amazing, but it's been canceled the last 2 years now. Last year and this year.
Stupid.
And like the forest to me is like almost like coming home. Like I go back to recharge my soul, because it's not just a festival, you're in nature too, so you get the aspect of like being in nature and grounded, and then like the people there, and it's a camping festival, so like all the things you need is just like not miles away in an Airbnb or hotel. Like you just go back to your tent, get what you need, chill, and go right back out there. You can keep going in and out. You don't have to like, oh, we have to do all our shit now, then go in for 12 hours and come back out. Terrapin? Yeah.
Which I really liked. Definitely, that's 100%. Electric Forest is like the next like.
That's
big,
the definite one next year.
For sure.
And I'm kind of split. Hopefully I have enough money for 3 festivals next year, because I want to go to, Cody mentioned Burning Man. And Burning Man's been something on
is on
my list.
That would be
it's definitely
fucking
on my list.
fantastic.
Yes. Burning Man is 100% on one of those. It's just something that I think I don't know yet because I haven't been, but that's just on my list of festivals.
When he came to Cincinnati, as far as
who?
All the Burning Man like artwork. I really wanted to just go and see that, because I thought that was like really awesome.
It's like I like a festival that has a message and shit and like connects people, and that's what most festivals do, is connect people, except the mainstream wide ones, like a lot of fucking.
Out of all the places though, I genuinely gotta give a shout out to Cincinnati. Like, we're one of the only places I feel like, as far as festivals, like we go hard in the city, as far as like our outfits and stuff. When I like Chicago, like people were pretty much like, you had some people that was like wildin', but like most of them were just pretty normal, like normally dressed. I told
you that was gonna be the case. Like, yeah. So for next festival, here's what I want to get hot into it, because like we kind of were trying to match and do cool stuff, like the same things, but I want to be more prepared. I have themes I want to do. Like, so next festival, onesies. We're all gonna be wearing cool ass onesies.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hot.
No, because Electric Forest is usually like springtime, so it's kind of cool.
Okay.
So this would be like 4 stock. So onesies one day. Another day, all of us look like old people, like canes, like walking with a cane and everything, and like dancing, like old, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that'd be kind of funny.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
I think we all need to wear
what?
The suits. Sweatsuits. I want the sweatsuits.
I ain't trying to sweat.
Yeah, like the Adidas striped sweatsuits.
Crazy, bro. Oh, you mean like
what are they called?
Jumpsuits, or I know what you're tracksuits.
Tracksuits.
Like
I want to wear tracksuits, and everybody have a different color tracksuit on. I think that'd be hilarious. I seen these 2 guys. There was 2 of them, and one was wearing red and one was wearing yellow, and they like were dancing together, like they had the same dance moves.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking slick. I can't dance like that, but I will learn if I can wear a jumpsuit or something.
If it's not hot, I'll do a jumpsuit.
You could just take off the shirt part. It's a fucking jacket.
That sounds hot. Long sleeves? I don't know. But yes, so next time we'll just theme it out. We're gonna be cool as fuck. I mean, people already complimented me so much. Couldn't help it.
It's okay. I was ugly in North Coast, but I'm coming.
Especially my kimono. People fucking love it.
I have a really sick kimono.
So, and then that'll be another theme. We'll all go kimono out and that shit.
Kimonos and pasties.
Yeah, so let us know what kind of fucking festival outfits you guys wear, and what kind of
festivals you're going to.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you. Maybe meet us there. Let's fucking all rage.
Bro. I'll take a picture of my wolf mask.
I'll take a picture of my wolf mask for you. Well, you guys have a good weekend, day, month, year, everything. I hope you guys have a good day.
That was hot.
There's a whole bunch of weed, bro.